This road has some fun little potholes. Fun for my little Fiat to wiggle around. They're not too bad though. I've driven on worse potholes, as y'all know. You know, one day my wish list, you know, people always say, oh, if I won the lottery or I came into a lot of money, I'd buy some fancy schmancy, snazzy sports car. Nah, not me. If I ever have any kind of money, I am definitely going to get a four-wheel drive something or other. It doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be, you know, new. Just something a little higher off the ground and four-wheel drive. So that potholes like this are just a wee bit easier to navigate. But look, we did it! Yay! Getting close, almost to the trailhead. Alright, here we are at the trailhead. Now this is the kind of thing I like to see. And the kind of sounds I like to hear. Chances are I won't have time to do the entire trail today because I got such a late start. But that's okay. Some trail time is better than no trail time. I haven't been hiking in like 3 weeks and that's just way too long. This is perfect. This is absolutely perfect. Now this is my idea of a perfect day. Hearing the crickets and the cicadas and the river. Walking in this little tunnel of shady trees. I don't think I told y'all this is the Broad River Trail in the Russell Wildlife Management Area. It's local to Toccoa, about 20 minutes away from where I live, maybe 30 because of the dirt road. And it is definitely within Stevens County, so it's a local trail and it's one that I have not explored before. And I'm not even a half mile in, but I am thoroughly loving it. You want a nice, beautiful trail with some peace, quiet, and rivers. So far, my vote is this is a great one. Of course, it also helps it's a Monday. So, most people, you know, do their day hikes on weekends. Oh, well, look at that. Where'd he go? There he is. Hello, Mr. Centipede. So weekday hikes a lot of times tend to be less people-y, which is awesome. Good thing I wore long pants today. The notes on All Trail recommended it because this trail is kind of overgrown. And honestly, I generally prefer to wear long pants anyway because of mosquitoes and poison ivy and whatnot. Green glazes. Well, the All Trails reviews were right in that this trail is quite overgrown. Oh look, here's another centipede thing. Yep, definitely somebody needs to come out with a weed whacker. Trim this down a bit. But it sure is pretty. Okay, now this is getting a little bit ridiculous. It's going through here now, it's almost kind of hard to see the trail. I mean, you can still see it, but you definitely have to wade through all the plants. And so now I'm watching the ground extra careful because snakes have been real active this time of year. And while non-venomous ones don't bother me in the slightest, I don't want to step on a toxic danger noodle. Because that would be for a very bad day. Oh, thorns! Alright. Okay, I'll step on you. There we go. Yeah, pay trail maintainers, huh? Found one for you. I think it clears up, and after this little curve here, I see trail ahead. Yeah. Almost feel like I'm wading through a river or something. These plants are so deep. Oh, all right. That's better. Thankfully, most of this trail is in the shade. There was a few spots that I was out in the open, but most of it, thankfully, is in the shade. But oh man, it's still hot out here. I am definitely not going to hike the full length of this trail. I'm probably only going to hike a little bit more and then turn around and go home. A good portion of the trail is so overgrown it's impossible to see the trail. The next foreseeable bit is perfectly clear and it's fine, but yeah, I don't feel like fighting through all the weeds and all the brambles and all that when it's so hot. I wish I'd come out earlier. If I'd gotten out here at like 7:30 when I wanted to wake up this morning, when I planned on getting out, it would have been fine, but I don't really want to hike the whole 4 miles one way in this heat and with the trail being so overgrown. Maybe I'll just hike until I get to a part where the trail is overgrown again, then I'll turn around and go back. I'm supposed to go somewhere for dinner tonight. You know, that brief 5 minutes a week where I decided to pretend to be an extrovert. Oh yes, group of friends, let's all go out to dinner. And the other 99.9% of introvert me is like, yes, you love your friends, but what were you thinking? What were you thinking? So I'm finding I can't really enjoy my hike that much, knowing I have to be back at a certain time to be you know, get home at a certain time, get showered by a certain time, put on non-sweaty clothes by a certain time, have to go out and people at a certain time. And so all I'm doing is thinking of, I gotta be done by X time, to be home by Y time, to be out at dinner at Z time. And yeah, if I had gotten here when I wanted to at 7:30, it wouldn't be a big deal, because I could take all day, not have to stress about it. But having started at like 11:45 and having to leave home by 6 tonight, it's just, you know, the ADHD trait of, you know, if there's a thing to do later in the day, that's the only thing you can think about. Yeah, that. So I really, really want to finish this trail, but I also have got things I have to do today and have to be done at a certain time. So that's annoying. So I will hike for a bit more, probably, and then turn around. It's about 20-30 minutes home, depending how long it takes me on that dirt road. And yeah, this is a beautiful trail. I just don't like how overgrown it is in a lot of parts, like where you can't hardly see the trail. So that's kind of putting a damper on things. And in the heat, it's one more aggravating thing. So this will be a partial hike, and I will definitely return to this one in the fall, because this is a beautiful trail. There's no people. That's part of what makes it so beautiful. I mean, it's gorgeous. It's an awesome trail, but I got started too late, and I got things to do and peopling to do, and I'm really annoyed at myself. I should have gotten out of bed earlier. But you know, again, not an excuse, but like, it is so hard for me to fall out of bed in the morning. Not because I'm not a morning person, but because my back is in so much pain when I wake up, and my leg is so numb when I wake up. And it takes me a good bit of time to yoga myself into being able to move. And so this morning when I woke up, it was like, no, I'm just going to lay here longer. It's too much work to be able to get to moving. And then by the time I am moving, I'm moving slow for the first hour of the day, and it just kind of all snowballed. So I definitely got a later start than I wanted. But some hiking is better than no hiking. I just need to make sure within the next few weeks to take a day where I do get up early and do hike this whole dang trail. Or a whole dang trail, if not this one. Maybe one that's a little better maintained. Of course, my only day off is Sunday, so problems. Yeah, but we will figure it out. So I'm going to hike a little bit more and then do a U-turn. Well, I'm about 1.7 miles in, and there's a good long stretch of trail that was not completely covered up and overgrown. But now I'm at a spot where this next little bit, it looks like it's going uphill. It's pretty well exposed to the sun, and it's completely overgrown. So that looks like more than I want to hassle with in 90-degree weather. So as much as I do not want to, I emphatically do not want to. I'm going to turn around and go home anyway. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to take a day and come earlier in the day, like 7 o'clock in the morning, so that I can take the time and do the whole trail and make no plans for later in that day that are going to sit in my brain and nag me about being done by a certain time. So sadly, I am going to turn around here. This makes my introvert heart very sad, but I just don't want to fight through that overgrown part of the trail going uphill directly in the sun. That sounds not fun. So I didn't even do half of this trail, which bums me out. But I am definitely going to come back next time. another time for sure, because this is a great trail, except for the overgrown parts. Okay, so the trail is pretty overgrown here, and the trail is very narrow, so I just kind of missed the trail and just kind of slid a little bit. I didn't go down the hill, thankfully. I just landed on my tail, which I'm sure is going to do wonders for my compressed disc in my back. That's going to be awesome. But yeah, that's why I have turned around. I turned around a little while ago because I don't feel like dealing with, 4 more miles of this, or however much is left of the trail, because yeah, I don't want to go down there. Not rolling down there like a roly-poly. That does not sound fun. So yeah, anyway, I have less than a mile to get back to my car. I think I went in just under 2 miles, so I don't think I have very far to get back. I just gotta pull myself up and waddle along. But yeah, this is why we love our trail maintainers, because hiking is so much more fun when you can see where you're walking. But I'm definitely going to come back here probably in the fall after all these plants have died. That's probably going to be my goal. Good news, I made it upright again. I am in one piece and I am uninjured. Who knows how I'll feel in the morning, but right now I'm not in any pain. Well, my leg has gone numb on me, but it does that, and it will quit in a few minutes. So it wasn't a very hard fall. It was just, a little bit of a splat, but nothing too major. But yeah, I'll come back here in the fall after all these plants have died, and I can see where I'm going. Yeah, this trail is narrow, and that's a very steep hill, and yeah. Yep, I'll come back in the fall when the plants are dead. Hey, look, y'all. Blackberries. That's awesome. Well, looky here. I am back at the beginning. I haven't looked at the mileage, but it should be 3 point something or other, just under 4 miles altogether, which is not near long enough. But you know what? That's 3 point something miles farther than I've hiked in like a month. So I'll take it. Be grateful for what you have, not for what you wish you had that you don't have yet. Don't be grouchy about it, right? This is beautiful. Love this. Do not love that somebody littered. Leave no trace, people. Don't be a jerk. Pick up your trash. Don't leave it everywhere. That causes bad things to happen. But yeah, here I am at the trailhead, and there is my happy little car, still the only one in the parking lot. My introvert heart loves to see that. Okay, well, I am back in my car. According to All Trails, I did a grand total of 3.6 miles. So I did not even quite do half of this trail. It's 4 miles out, 4 miles back. It was just too overgrown. And honestly, with the heat, I didn't feel like messing with it. Look, I'm soaked. But thank God for quick dry synthetic material. That's why I wore this. Not wearing any cotton, just only the, what you're supposed to wear. Synthetic, quick dry stuff, so I'll be alright. But, beautiful trail. I'm definitely coming back when either they've done trail maintenance or when it's fall and all the plants have died. Definitely will be back. I want to finish this trail. It was so beautiful. And what I really loved about it was I was absolutely the only person there. I didn't listen to a single podcast or a single song or an audiobook. because all that I could hear was cicadas and crickets, the occasional random owl, and the river. And it was glorious. You know, I did not realize how desperately I needed some true solitude. Because I am an introvert, believe it or not. I am an introvert, and I thrive on being alone. You know, when I'm alone, I'm almost never lonely. And between both jobs and church, I'm hardcore peopling 7 days a week with almost no true solitude ever. And today was the first time I've been able to be out in nature completely alone. And I didn't realize until today how desperately I've missed it and how desperately I need to somehow figure out how to do this regularly again. Between two jobs, it's going to be hard to figure out, but I'll figure out something. Because it was just so peaceful that even with the heat, even with the stupid overgrown trail, I did not want to leave. I still don't want to leave, but discretion is the better part of valor and all that. So yeah, it was a great trail. Broad River Trail at the Russell Wildlife Management area in Stevens County. Definitely recommend you check it out. Check on all trails and see what the conditions are. Because when they say it's overgrown, they mean it's really overgrown. But if you get a chance, I would definitely recommend this one. It's just absolutely beautiful. So, anyway, y'all have a great day. Thanks for tagging along. And always live, love, hike. Have a great week.